येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामी नामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरम् सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter number 13. Yesterday we heard Sukadev Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, my dear son of Uttara, the senses, all the senses of Bharat were very much calm and in control. Therefore, within his mind, he was or within himself, always stable like an ocean, never, what do you call, in turbulence, very, very stable. Therefore, even though the king of Sindhu, by the name Rahugana, even though he had committed offenses to him, even though he had insulted him, though he made Bharat lift his palanquin and carry it, in spite of all these things, Bharat, being very, very merciful upon all the souls, gave the knowledge of the self to Rahugana. Ordinarily, a person will see what benefit I will get from this other person. Is he friendly with me, or is he, envious of me? But devotees like Bharat, they are free from any such discrimination. They don't discriminate whether one is my friend, one is my enemy. They don't have enemies in the first place, but they don't discriminate between the eligible or ineligible, capable or incapable. They are equally merciful upon everyone. Therefore, Jada Bharat is, even though he was insulted by King Rahugana, being merciful upon him, he gave him the knowledge of the self. Later, Rahugana realized his mistake. He felt greatly disturbed for the offences he had committed, and he fell at the feet of Bharat, begged for forgiveness. And later, Bharat resumed his, travel to the various parts, wandering from one place to another. So we heard very nicely explained purport by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that thinking that Parikshit is, in great moroseness, thinking that, oh, Rahugana is very, very fortunate, because even though he insulted Mahabhagavata like Bharat, still he was rescued from the curse of the Brahmana. He was not cursed. He was only, blessed by Mahabhagavata Bharat. By thinking that I am, on the other hand, is very unfortunate, because by the curse of a Brahmana son, I have to die, and I have not become, I have not been showered mercy. So thinking like this, Sukadeva Goswami is explaining Uttaranandana. Your mother is Uttara. Have you forgotten that when you are in the womb of your mother, Krishna himself has protected you directly. He has given darshan to you. He has protected you right from that time. Ashwatthama was a Brahmana. He protected you from the wrath of a Brahmana. And also later, when the son of the Samika Rishi, he had cursed that you will die by the bite of a snake. Immediately the Lord has arranged, so many rishis and munis to come in front of you and shower their mercy upon you. You have been bathed by the mercy of all these sages and saints. In fact, you are more fortunate than Rahugana. That you are also made to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from me, or the Lord has made me to speak Srimad Bhagavat for you, to by becoming merciful upon you. So you are more fortunate than Rahugana. You are more fortunate than Bharat, and more fortunate even than I, more fortunate than me also, that you have been showered in a very short span, 7 days life you have, and in a very, very short time all the rishis and munis have come to shower their mercy upon you. What more do you want? Why do you think that you have not been blessed? Why do you think you are not fortunate? We will continue from verse number 25. Saubira patirapi sujana samavagata paramatma satatva atmanya vidyadhyaropitancha dehatmamating visasarja evam hi nripa Bhagavad Ashritashritaanubhavaha. Saubirapati Raja Rahugan Param Bhagavat Bharater Nikat Paramatma Tattva Samyak Rupa Avagata Hoya Avidya Kalpita Dehe Atma Buddhi Paritya Korlen. the king of Sauvira and Sindhu, that is King Rahugana, he received the knowledge of Atma and Paramatma from the great Bhagavata, Jadabharat. After receiving this knowledge of Atma and Paramatma from him, he was able to comprehend all these, truths about the Lord, and he gave up the vanity that he is the body and the belongings of the body are actually his belongings. Dehatma buddhi, that misconception that I am this body and the bodily things, the things related to the body are mine. This kind of mentality, this misconception has been completely given up by Rahugana. That is the power of the association of the pure devotees, sadhus. When one truly associates with the sadhus, then one will be able to give up the misconception of the self. That is one of the anarthas. This is the root cause of all our problems. This is the root cause of our being conditioned in this material world, the misconception of the self. This anartha will be removed as soon as we associate with the sadhus in the true way. That has happened in the case of Rahugana. He was immediately, situated in the knowledge of the self, and he gave up the misconception or misidentification. Hey Nripa, भगवदाश्रित भक्तेर चरणाश्रय महिमाई रूपजे ताहा होइतेई जीवेर देहाभिमान सद्य विनष्ट है. My dear king, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, my dear king, this is the result of associating with the sadhus. That as soon as one comes in contact with a sadhu, like Bharat, what? Bhagavad Ashrita Bhaktir, those who have taken shelter of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, one takes shelter of that devotee. Immediately, all the misconceptions are finished. All the anarthas are finished. When? By taking shelter of the devotees who have taken shelter of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is why to be sheltered at the feet of the pure devotees is the greatest boon for the living entity. If the Lord is satisfied with any living entity, the Lord gives him sadhu sangha, association of the sadhus. Because the Lord himself likes sadhu sangha. The Lord himself wants to stay in the company of the sadhus where his glories are constantly sung. Therefore, the Lord gives whatever is the best for the living entity upon whom he showers his mercy. Yesterday we were reading Vritrasura's prayers, right? The Lord does not award the riches, material riches, opulences, swarga, etc. Why? Because there is quarrel, constant quarrel. There is anxiety, tension. There is over endeavor to protect or to increase. There is enviousness. And there is insecurity. Oh, who will steal my money? There is, misery by loss of that money. So, there are so many problems if the material possessions, not only money, the property, the land, anything of this material, not only of this earthly planet, but of the three planetary worlds, any opulence is a cause of worry, is a cause of tension, is a cause of, quarrel. Therefore, the Lord does not give that to the devotees. Then what does he give? He gives the company of the sadhus upon whom he is satisfied, pleased with. Because in the company of the sadhus, all the anarthas are immediately finished. And when? Immediately. In the company of a sadhu, all the misconceptions are immediately finished. This is the beauty of sadhu sangha. Sri Vishnu Thakur writes in the commentary, Sujana ityadi. Sujana hoite अर्थात श्रीमद् भरतेर निकट होइते तत्वेर सहित आत्मज्ञान लाभ करिया राजा रहुगण आत्मनि निजे तेजे अविद्या अनादि काल होइते ही प्रवृत्ता ताहार द्वारा अध्यारोपित देह आत्मबुद्धि परित्याग करले. Rahugana has the misconception from the very beginning that he is the body. Now here Rahugana means not necessarily Rahugan, the living entities. Right from the creation or from the birth, misconception of the self, we have no identification of what we are, who we are. We don't have any actual identification. Therefore, Dehatma Buddhi, I am this body. This kind of misconception is prevailing in all the living entities. Nijete je avidya anadikal hoite, and this kind of ignorance is prevailing from anadi, from time immemorial. Now, simply by coming in contact with Jada Bharat for a short time, Rahugana could immediately give up this misconception. This is the, power of the associating with devotees. Bhagavad Ashritashrita Anubhavaha. Shri Bhagavanir Ashrita Bharat Tahar Ashrita Rahugan. अर्थात जिनी भगवानेर आश्रित महापुरुषेर आश्रय ग्रहण करें ताहार प्रभाव এই রূপেই হইয়া থাকে. Bhagavad Ashrita Ashritanubhavaha is used in the main verse. The meaning is to take shelter of those who have taken shelter of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The influence of the power of the taking shelter of those who are sheltered at Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is beyond words. Nobody can describe what is the power of taking shelter at the feet of those who have taken shelter of Supreme Lord. Dasa dasanu dasaha, servant of the servant of the servant. We think, oh, it's so menial. Just becoming a servant itself is so menial. And you are calling servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. What is this? Nobody wants to call themselves as a servant. Everyone wants to call or consider himself as a master. Prabhu. You call me Prabhu. Because nobody wants to become das. Nobody wants to become servant. But Mahaprabhu told our identity is that we are servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is our position. Because we have not understood what it means to become a servant of the devotee of Supreme Lord. Uddhava, who is greatly knowledgeable, he came to Braja and then he is praying to the Brajavasis that you please bless me that I become a dust at the lotus feet of the Brajavasis. He is praying like this. Means, may I get the shelter at the lotus feet of the devotees. This is the prayer. All the devotees. Even Vritrasura is praying. May I be, may I get the state of a devotee. Isn't it? He's praying that, I don't want, I'm not, asking you to kill me, my dear Indra, because I will get more kingdom, greater kingdom than you. No, that is not the purpose. There is nothing superior to the position of a devotee. I want to attain the state of a devotee. Because a devotee has everything. Supreme Lord is there with a devotee, means he has got everything. What else is required? The entire Brahmanda belongs to Supreme Lord. If the master of Brahmanda is ours, then Brahmanda will automatically be ours. Do you understand? He is the master of everything. If we have connection with the master of everything, then everything is in our, everything becomes ours. Not that we become the controller, not that that is the idea. We are serving Krishna because we want to become masters of the Brahmanda. That is not the idea. But the thing is that when we are connected with Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, then everything is there automatically. So the position of, you know, a devotee is not ordinary. Even Raskhan, another devotee of Braja, he is also praying that make me a bird in Vrindavan Dham, make me grass or creeper in Vrindavan Dham if I have to take birth. May I take any birth as a worm or insect, whatever it is, in Braja Dham, not outside. Why? Because there is a constant company of the devotees. There is constant singing of the name of Radha Krishna. If you go to Braja, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, you only hear the name of Radha Rani. In Mayapur Dham, Jai Nitai, Jai Gaur, Jai Gaur, Jai Nitai. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. You hear only the names of Supreme Lord. Even though you are a dog, you are an insect, you are a worm, you are whatever it is, in a tree, you say, oh, tree, not good. Human, very nice. I want. No, he is not saying that I want human birth. Any birth in Braja is okay for me. But I want to be in Braja, where there is constant singing of the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, there is constant worship of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, there is constant chanting of the holy name of Krishna, where the sadhus are walking constantly. So I want to take birth in that place. So to be in the shelter of the devotees is the greatest boon for everyone. So that is what Sukadeva Goswami explained to Parikshit, that after this is the power of the association of those who are sheltered at Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, that Rahugana could immediately give up all his misconceptions and establish in the true knowledge. Shri Raja Uvacha यो ह व इह बहुविधा महाभागवत त्वयाभिहितः पारोक्षेण वचसा जीवलोक भवाध्वा स ह्यार्य मनीषया कल्पित विषयो नांच साव्युत्पन्न लोक समाधिगमः अथ तदेवैतद् दुरधिगमः समवेतानुकल्पेन निर्दिश्यतामिति. राजा परीक्षित बोले, हे भागवत श्रेष्ठ, आपनी सर्वज्ञ. Parikshit Maharaj is speaking to Sukadeva Goswami, and he is inquiring further from Sukadeva Goswami. Oh Bhagavata Shrestha, best among all the Bhagavatas, you are an all-knower. वणिक दिगेर सहित रूपक वाक्ये जीवगणेर जे संसार मार्ग कीर्तन करिलेन ताहा होइते विवेकीगण बुद्धि बले इंद्रिय सकल के दस्युवत एवं पुत्र कलत्रादि के श्रीगलादि न्याय बोध करिते पारेन. Now, through the example that Jadabharat has given to Rahugana, the example of the forest, where a merchant is going in search of treasure, and in this forest, the indriyas, the sense organs, are compared to the plunderers, and the son or the children and the grandchildren are compared to the jackals. We heard in this very beginning of this chapter that the children and the grandchildren compared to the jackals, and the what do you call, the sense organs are compared with the plunderers in the forest, and the living entity is the merchant walking in the forest of this material world, means the forest like material world. किंतु तादृश बोधोदय हवा शक्ति रहितो अव्युत्पन्न लोकेर पक्षे सहज नहीं. But to understand the children, grandchildren to be jackals, the sense organs to be the plunderers is not easy for an ordinary living entity. Who in this world will consider their children to be jackals? If they see them as jackals, then they fear, oh, don't come to me. But they are keeping them in their lap, they are embracing them, they are loving them, they are kissing them, they are feeding them. But nobody is feeling that they are feeding the jackals. The parents are not feeling that, oh, I am feeding the jackal, tomorrow he is going to eat me. Nobody is feeling like that. Oh, my son, oh, my daughter. Like this only they are showing a lot of love. And they are not feeling that in the sense organs are like the plunderers. Oh, he is plundering this away from me. The eyes are asking, oh, I want to visit Switzerland. I want to visit Hawaii Islands. I want to visit Honolulu. All these places I want to visit. Now, what is the effect of it? The direct effect is in the pocket. You have to spend money. Isn't it? You have to spend money to purchase ticket to go to Honolulu or Hawaii Islands or wherever it is. You have to go there, and you have to spend money, shell out lot of money. Not only you, your wife will say, oh, alone you will go and enjoy, you will not take me. Children will say, Papa, we have holidays, we will also go together. So these sense organs are like plunderers, we are not understanding. Of course, not plundering wealth is not the concept here. They are plundering us from our paramartha, from our true welfare, from our true wealth. They are deceiving us. But who in this material world is able to understand the sense organs are the plunderers and the children, grandchildren are the jackals? It is very difficult for an ordinary person to understand. Iha atishay durbodh, it is very difficult to even comprehend. Who will want to understand this way? If everyone thinks the children to be jackals, nobody will produce offsprings. Nobody would want to give birth to the children. So, but it is happening, it's continuing, everyone is giving birth and everyone is very happy getting children. So it's very difficult to understand. Even though you compared the children to the jackals and the sense organs to the plunderers, it is very difficult to understand. अतएव अपनी ताहादेर हितार्थे इहार प्रकृत अर्थ आविष्कार करिया निर्देश करुन. Therefore, for the welfare of these ignorant persons who cannot understand how these things are called as plunderers and jackals, please explain in little more detail so that they will also be able to understand. Because simply by saying to hear it is okay, but we have not understood. So please explain for the welfare of those persons, means for us, for the welfare of people like us. Parikshit Maharaj is putting this question. Please explain in little more detail how and why they are compared to plunderers and the jackals, etc. Srila Vishnu Thakur writes in the commentary, Arya Manishaya. Arya बोलते अति विद्वत गणेरई मनीषा अर्थात उत्तम बुद्धिर द्वारा कल्पित विषयः दस्यु स्थानीय इंद्रियगण गोमायु स्थानीय अपत्यादि कल्पित विषय जहार तिनी अर्थात आपनी रूपक छले जीवलोकेर जे संसार पथेर वर्णना करिलेन विवेकी गणेर बुद्धि द्वाराई उहरा विषय समूह कल्पना करा संभव पर. Whatever example you have given, or whatever example Bharat has given to Rahugana about a forest which is compared to the material world, and of various sense organs, various, children, grandchildren, and other, so many other things in the forest, whatever you have explained, only intelligent persons can understand immediately. He is telling that only those who are intelligent can understand, they can catch, oh, yes, I have understood, now I shall not endeavor for it. But those who are less intelligent, people like us, we heard the full chapter very nicely, and we have, oh, yes, oh, these are jackals, these are fools, these are rascals, everything we understood, but we have not understood. So he is telling that even though these things are understood by the intelligent people, दुरधिगमः दुष्टांत दृष्टांतयुक्त शब्देर द्वारा उक्त है नाय बोलिया वह सहजे बोधगम्य नहीं, because it is not explained in little more detailed. You are telling children are like jackals, but why they are compared with the jackals? Why the sense organs are compared with the plunderers? With example, if they are explained, less intelligent people will be able to comprehend it. Intelligent people will understand. Simply you indicate to them, intelligent people will understand. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Sanatana Goswami was wearing a blanket, very valuable blanket, Mahaprabhu just saw him like this. He didn't even say, just saw. And immediately Sanatana Goswami could understand that, oh, Mahaprabhu is not pleased. And he gave up. So if a Vaishnava is seeing like this when we are wearing a beautiful blanket, then we think, oh, he is very envious of me that I have this blanket. Because I am not intelligent. Sanatana Goswami is intelligent, therefore he immediately understood what is the indication of Mahaprabhu. But I am thinking, oh, because he doesn't have, he is envious of me. Less intelligent persons think like this. So he is telling, please give with some example how these children are compared to the jackals, the sense organs are compared with the plunderers. Please explain in detail. Samavetanu समुचितो दृष्टांत वाचक शब्देर द्वारा निर्दिष्ट करिए. Please give examples to indicate how and why this is so that less intelligent people can also understand. इति श्रीमद् भागवते महापुराणे ब्रह्मसूत्र भाष्ये पारमहंस्यां संहितायां वैयासक्यां पंचमस्कंदे ब्राह्मण रहुगण संवादे त्रयोदश अध्यायः. So thus ends the 13th chapter in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where there is a discussion between Rahugana, King Rahugana, and the Brahmana Bharat, and where this material world is compared to the forest has been explained. So that is the end of the 13th chapter. There is one more chapter where Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain to Parikshit Maharaj in detail about the exploration in the forest. With examples, they are being explained for the welfare of those who are less intelligent like me, not us, like me. So we will go through the 14th chapter. In the 14th chapter, we will hear in more detail. Now, today time is almost finished. Tomorrow is Vijayadashami, Ramachandra's Vijayotsava, and Madhvacharya's appearance day. And the day after that, Kartik Vrat is beginning. So tomorrow we will hear about Madhvacharya. We will hear about Vijayotsava of Ramachandra, and little about Kartik also, because from the next day Kartik Vrat is beginning. So we will also try to touch what are to be done, what is not to be done during the month of Kartik. Tomorrow we will discuss about that. And now that most of the foreign devotees are outside, they are in Vrindavan Parikrama or some other place. So, and you are also leaving very shortly. So if we start the 14th chapter, we will not be able to complete also by the time you leave. and you will miss the rest of the lectures, all those who are regularly attending, who have been regularly attending. And also, I don't know what is my schedule in Kartik month. I have to speak in the morning or in the afternoon or in the night. There is no schedule that is given to me yet. So, by seeing all these things, tomorrow will be the last Harikatha in English. Okay, and tomorrow we will discuss these topics as I said previously. And after all of you, all the foreign devotees come back from the tours, then we will again resume the 14th chapter, where Sukadeva Goswami will explain with examples what Rahugana could understand because he is intelligent. We are not. So Sukadeva Goswami will give examples to make us understand that how they are compared with all these things. So we will read from 1st December. We are coming back on the 1st of December. So somewhere in the month of December we will begin, if I am not overly occupied with Samadhi temple activities by then. So till then, for the benefit of all the foreign devotees, because they want to hear Harikatha live in front, it's always very nice. Audio recording is there, but face to face is always good. So tomorrow we will read Ramchandra Vidyotsav and Madhvacharya. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Paramaradhitam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Leela Pravishtham Vishnupad Paramahamsa Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Shla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shada Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai. Shri Krishna Dvaipayana Vedavyasa Mahamuni ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Sukadev Goswami evam Parikshit Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Jada Bharat ki jai. Shri Rahugana Raja ki jai. Srimad Bhagavat Shravanakari Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Shri Chaturmasya Vrata Palankari Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Shri Harinama Prabhu ki jai. Shri Harinama Sankirtan ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.